Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. John here from Kiefer Customs. Um, the Nylint dump truck is 90% finished. It runs, it dumps. I'll put a little video up here in a little bit showing running it outside. There's one kind of mess up on my own part. I totally didn't look at my notes at the stock Tamiya gearboxes. I don't know what I was thinking when I ordered the Lesu 5-to-1 planetary reduction. I definitely should have got the 14-to-1. With throttle endpoints at 120%, this thing will do donuts on my wood floor. So the stock Tamiya gearboxes are 32-to-1 in first, 17-to-1 in second, and 10-to-1 in third. And most of my Tamiya builds, I usually just either lock them in low, or if I do use a shift linkage, maybe second, but that's rare. So yeah, the 5-to-1 Lesu planetary reduction is way too fast. So what I did, the Fly Sky FSI 6, I set the throttle set points back to like 50%. It doesn't seem to affect the power at all. I have that 80 turn motor in it, and you'll see in the video. It's in my driveway, which just had new stone put in it, so it's number sixes, which would be like small boulders to a truck this scale, and you'll see how it bounces around. But I put a full load in it, a very full load of those sixes. I don't know what they weighed. I should have weighed them, but it didn't care. I did do a test with 10 pounds, two 5-pound barbell weights, and put in it, and they don't care that it didn't care it was in there. I probably could have put 20 pounds in it. I didn't want to try because, like I said, the driveway stone full. It doesn't care. So the show I'm going to in June, and I'm going to put a Facebook link down below in the description box for that show if anybody's interested. Like I said in one of my videos, I haven't been able to make that, so I'm going to this year. Anyways, that's indoors, like on asphalt and carpet probably, and they're using the crushed rubber, so weight's not going to be an issue. And I think the crushed rubber won't have any issue coming out of the truck, seeing how this thing dumps very far. So what I'll put that video running outside in the end, and what I'll do now is I have the truck running, and I'll show you what I did inside. I'll turn the Fly Sky on, and I put the switch underneath. Okay, full steering, the throttle. And when I was trying to remember the three positions of the Hobbywing 1080s, it's forward, brake, reverse, and just forward with like brake. So lockout, reverse. Those were your three options on it. I have it on forward and reverse because I don't want the brake function. The brake function, if you're going forward, you actually have to push the lever in reverse once and then push it again to get it to go in reverse. Forward and reverse, you don't have that. You can just go right back. But I have the drag brake set at 100%, so if you let off the throttle, the truck stops. So I'm happy with that. What else? I'm not going to switch it back to the three position, but one other actuating dump bed that I have done, I did with the three position switch, which I explained earlier. These have two three position switches, but they also have, I can't read this, they're sort of like a throttle. They have two buttons over here, and they're almost like a throttle because they're like potentiometers. They vary. So what I did was I put it on one of those. So what I can do is, I hope this is in the camera. So here, I'll go, here's full speed, and here is one issue. These are 2-inch stroke actuators, and they actually go about 2¼ inches out. So it does, right there. And there's still a little more stroke, so it does max out. But you'll see in the video in the end, it clearly dumps anything you put in it. I mean, it's all the way. So here again, here's full speed down, or I can vary that depending on how. And as soon as you let off, that knob self-centers, stops wherever you want. I don't know if I'll use it, but it'll be a cool tailgating function. The 3-position switch would give you the same, but you would have to return it to the center to get your box to stop. And it's full speed either way when you do it. So I really like that I did that on this switch. That and where it's at, you could actually drive and tailgate if that was what you wanted to do. I don't know. You'll see in the video when I did it outside. So without ado, let's see. Yeah, racing shackles on the front, and I threw a little bit of log chain. I painted flat black with some hooks on it because I didn't want to put an extra bumper under there. So I thought that kind of looked cool, you know, like a quarry truck would have a chain hanging from it. Got the chassis fully mounted. Painted everything flat black. It's actually a matte black, which is okay. I'm happy with it. It was the nope, this is the wrong one. Oop. Krylon Fusion. Matte black, not flat. But I like it with the wheels. I think it turned out good. And then I did the actual Tonk or Nylint chassis with an actual flat black. And the actuators, I painted all the hardware flat. Here, let's run it back up. So here's what I did with the cab. Originally, in these 2 holes, there were rivets that rivets the front grille and the cab to the chassis. So what I did is I cut those rivets off, and I painted these black so they have some black paint in them. Oh, and also I'll give a little shout out here to Team K&K Hardware. I used their stainless steel hardware wherever I possibly could. And of course it's all painted flat black. So I take those 2 screws out, and there's the front grille. And I'm going to try to detail that somehow. I just haven't figured that out yet. So here's what you do. You push this down and pull it back. Maybe. And the cab assembly comes off, which brings me to the 95% finished. I do have the Tamiya driver. I haven't glued his arms on yet, but I'm going to get him up in there on that steering wheel. And I might even cut either the whole window or half a window out of the side so it's easier to see in there. So I think that'll be pretty cool. So here's what I did. I put a hole in the bottom of the Nylint chassis. I put a rubber grommet in there and ran my wires up through. And you can't see it, it's buried. But there is the Hobby Wing 1060 that's running the actuators. Here's my 3S. What is this, a 2200 I think? 3S. I put a Y on there so one battery is powering both speed controllers. So you have 11.2, 11.4 volts going to everything. The actuator wires come up through. And that's that. So like I said, driver figure, that's kind of about it. I'm not going to put lights in it for this show, I don't think. But it is going to have some type of a rear bumper. So when I do that, it'll have lights probably in the back. And I think I need to put some mud guards on it, just for scale. I think that is about it. The only other issue, and you kind of see in the video at the end, and I don't think it's an issue because, like I said, my driveway rocks are very big to scale for the truck. But with no weight in it, of course it bounces because it does have stiff suspension. It's easily to get hung up or easy for the rear end to slip, even with them having a lock differential. but it doesn't do that when there's a weight in the back. But there again, like I said, I mean, even scale, the driveway is not where you're going to be running it, so it shouldn't have an issue indoors on carpet and asphalt. I think that's pretty much it. I probably won't do a video. The GT Power sound unit is on its way. It should be here tomorrow or Tuesday. I probably won't do a video on that. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a final video with the noise, and I get the driver figure in it and figured out. Other than that, next time you see this in video, hopefully it's in June after I think it's the Northwest Ohio Truck and Construction Show. So enjoy the minute and a half video you're going to watch of this outside, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.